Welcome to another episode of... Fuck! Again!
Why?
I don't know! It's so hard to remember. Flea Market Bandidos. Fuck it.
This is the tale of two sunset riders who faced impossible odds to find and play the games of gods told in the stories of old. Two outlaws that spit in the face of logic and traverse Belgian wasteland. Two bandits out for a steal. Will they return with legendary loot, or will this prairie of retro games be their downfall? Find out in this week's episode of Flea Market Bandidos.
This time we visited Kalken, which housed Retro Dungeon, which is, I think, an annual market for retro gamers. What happens there is you find people who are really into retro games, like Steve and I guess like me too, I suppose. We had another desperado joining us in our quest this time. You know him as Nexius. He's a very dangerous outlaw. Yeah, so we went to pick up Nexius, who wanted to join us at the Kalken convention.
Sponsored by Coca-Cola.
It turned out Nexius was a little bit hungover from last night. Alcohol.
Yeah, so we're going to Kalken.
That was a nice way to start the road trip.
After about an hour of driving, we arrived at the Kalken trading convention. As we arrived, we noticed there's a ton of cars here. There's gonna be a lot of people. Perhaps we didn't arrive early enough to get any of the good deals.
When we first arrived, it was like I think a €3 entrance fee, which actually was definitely worth it, just because of all the cool stuff you saw.
Retro game heaven. I mean, we're constantly talking to each other while looking around, and nobody was really paying any attention to what the other people were saying because we were so busy looking at retro games. There were a lot of them for every system you can imagine.
We saw some displayed some designer Game Boys, which was really beautiful. You had a Blastoise, which was my favorite, Charizard, Pikachu. You also had, I think, a Mario one, but those three really caught my eye. They were, oh god, I really wanted them, and I think I may actually buy one of them, even though, of course, they don't go cheap. But you understand that, because really, if you see them, you probably see a picture right now, there really goes a lot of work and a lot of love into those, and you can tell. You can really just tell.
also hooked us up with some Sega cords. At first he wanted to give us them for free, but we just traded them for a beer. Seems fair.
Which I think is kind of a shame with beer, but still it's a pretty good deal. The first game I found was one that was free for me. It was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Now I think I probably found the only free game at the market, so it was quite a steal. That's Bandido. We have to put in some Bandido humor, okay? We really do! Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'm a huge fan of it. I've played it now, and I kind of understand why I got it for free. I mean, seriously. It doesn't hold a candle to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 Back from the Sewer. I'm not complaining that I got the game, definitely not, but it was not as good. It starts off with this huge dialogue, and you're like, when do I get to kill some foot ninja? But the action, it looks nice, but the controls are bad. So bad. So very, very bad.
So I was also, apart from the usual NES, SNES stuff, I was also on the lookout for some Sega stuff, which is really nice actually. I've never been on the lookout for Sega stuff because I just didn't have a Sega console. Now that I do have a working one, I can look for Sega games. Another person from Gamers Hive, which I decided to meet up with to trade some stuff, had a lot of other stuff to show us that he had bought. So we asked him to take it out. Man, he had some pretty good pickups. I especially liked the chair. I ended up trading my copy of Pokemon Channel for the GameCube for a Sega Mega Drive, which I've never owned before, so I'm really ecstatic to make this trade. Thanks again, by the way.
We also met up with the Geek Station. They had, like last time in AntwerpCon, a stand, and they had their lottery. I played a few tickets, and one of these days, mark my words, I will win. They have some pretty cool prizes. There was this set of 8 Pokemon badges, the original Kanto badges, and I'm sorry I keep bringing this back to Pokemon, but that's just pretty fucking cool, and I want to put that in my closet.
I bought some games of a viewer actually of our show even. We also met him through Gamers Hive, named RonBE. Well, that's his YouTube username, RonBE. He ended up selling me, I believe it was Pokemon Leaf Green, Pokemon Silver, Star Fox Adventures for the GameCube for 13 euros, yeah, I think it was 13 euros. So yeah, awesome deal, we're really glad with that. Thanks again, Aron.
I also found a copy of Alien Trilogy, which you may know is one of my favorite old school games. It's kind of a Doom clone, but with aliens, which kicks ass. I played it again, and oh god, the nostalgia! It was just freaking awesome. That first-person shooter, in which you don't even get to aim, it's like anything within the range just gets blown away. It's just awesome. I recommend it to everybody. I also found a copy of Red Alert for PlayStation 1, which I didn't mention in my top 10 games, but it is a close one to get into the list. It didn't, because I'll be honest, it's better suited for a computer. I don't usually play real-time strategy games, and I hardly ever play on a computer, but I do know it's better suited for a computer. You just can't beat the last few levels with a PlayStation controller. It's just too slow. It doesn't work. But the game itself, it's such a good game, and the first levels are so fun. So I'm glad that, like the Alien game, I got it for €3. That's 2 great childhood games for €6 in total. You can't complain about that.
It was getting kind of late and we couldn't stay until the very end, so we decided to pack everything up and head home. Of course, we were pretty hungry after a whole day of retro game finding, so we decided to stop at a kind of a gas station slash fry shack, I guess.
On the way back, we decided to, Belgian out with some French fries. You should see our video on that. Link here!
And we decided to collectively review our loot once again.
Always a fool. Right, we're going to review what we've bought today at the Retro Dungeon in Kalken.
Kalken of what?
Kalken. I'll start. The last thing I bought was, second to last thing I bought was Pokemon Platin Edition, which is German version of this Pokemon game. Nothing's different except for the text, I think, so. It was €2, so that's an okay deal.
The mascot of this game is the third Raichu.
Yep. Good one, obvious.
Have to point out who made the bad pun, don't you?
Obviously. Sonic, the original Sonic for Sega Mega Drive, which is pretty awesome considering that I've also traded a Mega Drive.
What did you trade it for?
I traded Pokemon Channel, which is a GameCube game, which I bought at Flea Market for a couple of euros, for this Sega Mega Drive. It's not in the box, but it's in okay shape, seems like. So I'm pretty happy with that. Now I've got Sonic to play on it, so that's good. I bought Star Fox Adventures for the GameCube, which cost me €5.
Which, if you've seen our April Fool's episode, is one of the best games ever.
Let's see what else. Yeah, we've got this for 1 beer, which are hookups for our Sega Master System. You know, we've been looking for that if you've been following the show, so.
Now we can finally start playing on the system.
Yep. Oh yeah. I bought Pokemon Leaf Green. Never had a Game Boy Advance game. This one is probably going to a friend of mine who wants this, so probably going to give it to him. For €5 I bought this, so that's alright.
That's a very good price for a Pokemon game.
Yeah, alright.
Especially Leaf Green. Fire Red and Leaf Green are pretty good.
Pretty expensive too sometimes.
Yeah.
And then finally, my favorite purchase of the day, Mega Man 2. The little bit of a label damage here, but I just want to play it. I bought it to play it, so €20.
That cover is so horrible.
Yeah, the art is. I think it's fantastic, man.
That's the best art ever.
Yeah, I really do.
That's what you think of when you hear Mega Man. That's the image you think of right there.
Yep. So pretty good haul, I think.
Okay, next, yes.
Yeah.
You're next.
But I bought this Japanese version of Final Fantasy 5. So
Final Fantasy
really,
V, yeah.
really happy with that, and a white mage from Final Fantasy also. So
You're a Final Fantasy fanboy.
yeah, I am.
But a couple of snug fits for your...
Yeah, indeed. Couple snug feet.
Snuff fits.
Snug. This is obvious turn.
Yeah, and what I found was Alien Trilogy, which is one of my favorite games of back when I was a child, for €3. So I'm pretty happy about that. The state of the game isn't that great, but I think it'll work. And it had the book, so
That's cool.
That's a big bonus. I also bought Command and Conquer Red Alert for the PlayStation, which I'll admit is a game better suited for a computer, but I used to play it as a child, and again, it has the booklet and the discs are in great condition, so that's pretty good.
Pretty rare for a PS1 game.
Yeah. I also bought a memory card for PlayStation 1 because I don't have one. I think I sold them all, and then I bought this one for €3.50, which at the time seemed like a good price, but then later I found there was one for sale for €1, so kind of bummed, but at least I can play PlayStation 1 games again. And this one I got for free, which was weird because it said gratis, which isn't even
Great.
Dutch, which isn't even great. I don't know. I got it for free, and I like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So
Awesome.
That's great. So it was a good day for me too.
Good day for everyone.
Kalken.
Yeah, all in all, it was a great day, and I hope Nexus will join us again. He's a pretty chill dude. We've known him for a while, and it was just fun to go in a slightly bigger group. You know, I think the Bandidos should expand. Join the Bandidos.
All in all, I feel like this day was just as much about meeting new people in the retro gaming community as it was about actually finding retro games. I mean, that was a big plus side, all the great deals we did. But the most fun thing about today was actually meeting people from within the Belgian retro gaming community and actually finding out that a lot of these people are pretty damn awesome.
If you like this video and want to support Flea Market Bandidos, share this video, like it, and comment. Thanks. Hi, welcome to CMS Gaming. I'm Obvious.
And my name is Stivat.
We thought it was time to do a new Let's Play, and since we both like Pokemon and we both like getting loaded, we decided to combine the two. So, let's see. This is Pokemon Draw Clock. If you want to support the Flea Market Bandidos, be sure to like this video and tell us what you thought.